All right, and we're live. Good morning. Good Sunday morning, everybody. Let me know if you guys could hear me. You should be able to. I'm going to pause my stream. I think I'm unmuted. The last Friday stream, I had my voice muted at the beginning. So let's hope we don't have that now. Let me just pop out the chat. Oh, that's really hot coffee. Get that into me. Just gonna check a couple things. Hold on a sec, off stream here. I may have to reset my Unify access. It's not finding any of the elements. Kind of wanted to mess around with that today, but we may not be able to. Hitch, good morning. How's it going? I created a new network for my Unify access, and yeah, I can't seem to get it. Actually, I could show you guys the network because it will never expose my IP, or it shouldn't. If it does, we'll just have to get it switched. Let's click classic settings. I don't usually use the beta settings unless some things like the content filtering, I think that's only in the beta settings now. Good morning. How's it going, everybody? Snow here in Iowa. I'll show you. We got a ton of snow. Let me bring up my UNVR. So I'm doing this Sunday stream. I usually stream on Fridays at 1 p.m., but I had somebody say you should do like an after dark, stream, where, we could still concentrate on technology in that, but then I could do whatever I want. Some people can't make the Friday streams. So I may throw in a extra stream once in a while. Just hold on, I'm just signing into my UNVR. Oh crap, put in the wrong password. All right. It's like minus 15 outside today, so it's fairly cold. Pop that up. Let's take a look. So this is where, it's not that much snow. Not right now. Whoops, that's bugging out a bit. It was the other day though, like we got a ton of snow, and then the shoveling the driveway, and then obviously right after I shovel the driveway, the plow comes by and then covers all the back here. We just got more into deep freeze over the last few days. Yeah, I think it's supposed to get a little warmer over the next week. Thought I missed it, then realized time difference. Yeah, so I'm in Eastern time zone. I'm right by kind of close to Toronto, Canada. So yeah, I'll probably end up doing, I don't know, 2 streams a week might be a little much. So I might do, a Friday stream one week and then a Friday Sunday stream another week, or maybe Saturday night. Or maybe I'll just the second stream, I'll just maybe flex a little bit. The issue is I don't know if I'm going to have more to talk about after the Friday stream. But I am going to be adding another camera to this. Let's take a look here. So I have this Reolink camera right now. Let me just move off there. It's a solar panel camera. The solar panel, the battery died on it. I don't know, maybe I don't have the solar panel plugged in properly. But I'm going to end up taking this down and probably giving it to someday I know. But what I'm going to do, I ordered a G4 bullet, and I'm going to try to drill into the mortar joints and then fish it down to my basement. I've never done that. I'm assuming I can. I think there's a bit of a cavity between the brick, so I'm hoping I could do that. Good morning, Bruce. How's it going? Get that Cat 5 figured out yet? Yeah, so I'm hoping I could do that because I would like to have a camera in the backyard. There's nothing really back there right now. It's all residential area going up. The building's going to be starting most likely in the summer. So I'm hoping I could just fish that cavity. I do have the, what's it called again? Let me pull this up off stream. Oh, you know what? It's on my Instagram. It's the Mag something. I forget what it's called. Oops, I think I passed it. This right here. I have the magnet pull, but I don't know if that's the magnet in that is going to be strong enough to go through the brick. So we'll have to see. What's going on, Mr. Bill? How's it going? Zenik, I hope I said that right. Good morning. I'm hoping this is strong enough. I'm kind of doubting. I think this is more for drywall situations, drywall with insulation. But I mean, we'll give it a try. I've never used it. I ordered it off Amazon because when you guys click on the Amazon link that I have and you buy stuff, it gives me a bit of money back, and I just get that in Amazon gift cards and then order stuff for the business or for the stream. Okay, let me bring this over. In terms of camera setup, do you like Unify over setting up Synology? Yes, because it's easy. Can you turn up the volume a little? It's probably because of this mic. Give me a second. Really, it's at the max, but let me see if on my soundboard. One sec. I moved all my gear around, so I don't know what I hit. Is that better? I don't know if that's better. Me speaking into the mic is... I did notice in my last videos it was quieter, so I had to adjust the volume. I don't know if I could get it up any higher than that, though, without getting like a cloud booster type thing. Let's see. Anyway, hopefully it's loud enough for you now. But yeah, the Synology surveillance station isn't bad. It's fairly easy to set up. The licensing is just a thing. I mean, the licensing, it's not even that much. We could look it up. And if you guys do need licenses and you're in the States, go to Willie Howe's website. He will get you a discount on it. I think I pushed a couple people there. I don't do the licensing for Synology, but Synology, there we go. And this is in Canadian, Canadian prices. So it's $290 for a pack of 4, which isn't that bad, right? So let's do calculator because my math is terrible. So 290, whoops, there's going to be tax on that, but 290 divided by 4, whoops, that's wrong. I really should get a little better on math. 290 divided by 4, you're looking at about $72 per camera, which isn't that bad for a license fee. And I think it's like a one-time license fee. So it's better. Oh, that is way louder. Okay. I mean, it may be because I'm directly in front of my mic. What I use is this 4Scout mixer thing. With the mic that I have, the new mic that I bought, you're supposed to use this like cloud power booster thingy, and I never bought one. Pretty loud now. Okay, well, we'll leave it as is. The Last Dragon, how's it going? Jerry, you didn't really miss anything. We're just starting out. Yeah, so the surveillance station, I mean, I don't have my NAS plugged in right now. So what was happening with my Synology NAS, I don't know where I could see these alerts. I don't even know where it was alerting me. My Gmail maybe? Anyway, there's a specific temperature range that Synology disks will need to run at. I think it's between 5 degrees and 30 degrees, something like that. And all my IT gear is in my cold cellar. So where is that? You guys won't really get a good view of it, but I mean, this is my network rack. And I ended up putting my Synology in here in the back. There's a little bit of a tray lip left. And I kept getting alerts. The Synology is, you know, not in the right temperature range. So I'm like, okay, it can't be too cold. Well, it was 4 degrees Celsius, and it has to be 4 degrees and up. So the discs weren't working properly. So I had to bring it back up to this office, and now I need to figure out where I'm going to put that, which I have no idea where I'm going to put it yet, because it does make a bit of noise, and I don't want it sitting on this desk. I really don't want it in this office at all. So in saying that, like I've said in a couple last few streams, I'm going to need a new rack anyway. So maybe we'll pull all this out of the cold cellar and then move it, I don't know, somewhere a little warmer. I had that issues and turned till the fans down so it didn't overcool. Yeah. It's 200. Well, so the thing with the fans, like it's really cold in this room right now. There's a hole that goes into the cold room from the outside. I had to block that off. We don't use it as a cold room, but like today it's -15 out. So that cold air is getting inside there. I haven't had any alerts on any of my Unify stuff. I would have thought that I would have had it on the Protect, seeing as there's spinning discs inside. Is 2500 intrusions bad? Possibly. I mean, it depends on what the intrusion alerts are, right? So I think I went over that in my long video that I just released for the, full Unify setup 2021. I don't have an IDS enabled right now. And I think this is coming out of beta shortly. But if you have some of these toggle switches on, right? So if you have a VoIP phone system and you have this turned on, you're going to get tons of VoIP SIP messages, right? So threat management SIP messages, even if they're from your SIP provider, you can whitelist it though, so you don't get the alerts. Same with the P2P. That's like if you do a Zoom, you're going to get a bunch of alerts for that. So you just kind of have to look at the alerts, do some who is this, or find out who owns that IP and kind of figure it out. I'm changing ISP. Is there anything I need to do majorly on the UDM Pro other than username and password for the WAN? Well, if you're going to a PPPoE connection, yeah, that's all you need. If you're just doing like a DHCP, I mean, you don't need to do anything, right? Yeah. Let's see if I could show you. I got a ton of networks created. Okay, here. So let me pull this off screen. I just want to make sure that I don't have any static IPs in there. Close that. Yeah, so if you go static, you're just going to have to put in the information. If you're PPPoE, then you just need the username and password, DNS, whatever you're using for DNS. And another thing I'm setting up today is my Pi-hole. I don't talk about it too much, but I'm going to set up my 2 Pi-hole DNS servers today, I think. Okay, any reason you have 2 unloaded patch panels? Is it for cleaner? Because you could use short panel. Yeah, that's exactly why. Right, so if it's a way cleaner look, I could have had really I have like 20 connections, maybe less than that. I could have had it all in one patch panel, but then you're running long, like 2-foot patch cables to it. And yeah, I need to Velcro these back together. But yeah, it's just a way cleaner look. And these patch panels only cost like 20 bucks, 15 bucks. 24 port unloaded patch panel. I don't even know where they are. They're probably, I don't like these patch panels anymore that you have to push or punch on the back. Well, here's a 48. Here's one right here. And this one has the tension bar on it as well, and that's only 36 bucks Canadian. So it's really not that pricey to make your setup look a lot nicer. I would say 90% is Tor blocking. Yeah, most likely. Already tried the new beta controller. So I have, I use Hostify, and I have, oh no, I didn't do it on Hostify. Never mind. I put the beta controller on my PC. We're not really allowed to talk about it, but I mean, there's so many improvements. I'm going to do a video on it, but that video is going to be so long. I'm just going to go over the list of, I'm not doing any of the bugs because the bug list is just as long. It's insane. When you upgrade the firmware on the UDM Pro, did you develop any wireless issues? No, I haven't yet, no. Try AdGuard at home instead of Pi-hole. I feel better. Well, I mean, I'm just using it as, excuse me, more of a DNS server. I don't really, for the blocking, I don't really care about that. I'm facing issues with my Wi-Fi Unify Flex HD transferring speeds. So get reduced to 20. That's weird. So they did have an issue with this firmware update. I think it was 4.2.4 or something like that. So you have the in-wall HD. The heck is it? So your 5.43, let's look at the download notes. Improve stability, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, that's a weird issue. I think the one that I was talking about, it had DHCP issues, not speed issues. And that could be, I mean, cabling, it could be a ton of different things, right? Yeah, Alonzo, you're right. Keystone patch panels, they work so much better. Is there a new so if you guys aren't already signed up, I mean, most of you will be. If you have a UDM Pro, you have to be. You could go, I'm just gonna bring it off stream because I'm not gonna bring up any beta stuff. Community, okay. All right. So if you have an account with Ubiquiti, you could go over to the community section, and then we go to releases, right? This is where I check to see if whenever there's a new release out. So I knew that there was a Unified Cloud Key firmware update, and this was to fix the pseudo CVE. And once a new update comes out, it will pop up here. And then you could also check what's in beta and what's in alpha. The controller you guys are talking about right now is in beta, and I suggest you guys go and look at it because the list of improvements, I haven't seen an update like that in, I don't think, ever. So it's pretty crazy. And they also have a whole Reddit on it right now. Tech Party, that's right. New Unify UXG, yep. Hopefully that comes out into general release soon. Do you have the flickering while viewing the ports? Yeah, so I think that's a bug, right? And hopefully that's fixed because that drives me absolutely insane. Right, this right here. I honestly don't know why it does that, but that kills me. Even though I don't really mess with the ports here because I have nothing connected. I just have an uplink to my aggregation switch. That's it. I have 3 cameras rig and Ecobee thermostat that keep falling off the wireless. When I reboot the Nano HD, they come back. These are existing and others fine. That's strange. So when they're getting, you know, booted, yeah, that's a little weird. Unless your HD is not working properly, because it will be trying to reach out to another access point. How much total data does VoIP systems typically use? It's not that much. It depends on how many you know, phones and systems that you're going to have in there. But what is the bandwidth that you're going to be buying, Bruce? Hey, Jay Murray, how's it going? And no worries. My UDM is working fine. No issues running BTC node 24/7 in a decentralized VPN. Oh, nice. So I just ordered I need to move the seat up a bit. I'm really low. Oops, that's not it. I don't know where the one is. There we go. So I just ordered another UDM the other day. And the reason for that, I had this little one, the normal UDM. Whoops. Well, you guys all know what it is, the little R2D2 thing. And that was my testing. But really I wanted, you know, to do better testing, it's to have a full-on UDM Pro, which I already have one in my production, but now I have 2. So I'll be loading this one with all beta alpha firmware, just so I could kind of get ahead of the game. And what I think, before the new controller comes out, I may start pre-recording some of it to go over the list of things that's happening, because it's going to be a long video. But it will be good to go through all the changes as well. Flickering as well. What was the flickering again? Oh yeah, for the list. Any news on Unify Talk? I don't know. I have no insight. I mean, you guys have as much insight as me. What I do pretty well every day, or multiple times a day, I come look at my country. Most people here are probably from the US, but I'm in Canada, and then I go into like the different sections and I look. Obviously, when Unified Talk is in full release, it's going to show up here. And I can't wait to test it out. I mean, I played with it a little bit, but not extensively. And Bruce, that's maybe something that you're going to want to go with. I don't know what you're using as your setup there, but if they do come out with the talk before, it may be a cheaper solution for you. Any news on VPN with Androids, iOS? You know what? I don't know if I have an Android device. I've never used it on Android before. I could probably get one, and so I could do some testing and maybe a video on the VPN with Androids. Don't be to rural. So yeah, I mean, you shouldn't need that much. Mike, thank you very much. C4C, you're in Toronto too. No, nice. Yeah, I'm by Newmarket, so not too far from you. Wish they had the doorbell. I mean, yeah, a lot of people are saying that they want to have the doorbell. I'm going to be taking this doorbell down for some testing, and we talked about this on Friday's stream, but I'll bring it back up. Let's take a look. And I think I'm getting this on Tuesday once their site loads. Come on. Have you played with the G3 Instant? No, I have not, but one of my viewers is sending it to me because we don't have it in Canada yet. Yeah, unfortunately we don't have it, which kind of sucks, but I'm hoping to get it. The tracking of the camera to come to me, hopefully it's this week, and then I could throw out a video. I mean, Chris from Crosstalk, he did a great video on it. I'll do my own type thing. I'm gonna test it between that and a G3 Flex, because I'll end up most likely putting the G3, is it the Instant? Is that what it's called? I'll most likely be putting this into my garage and then having this G3 Flex sitting in my network closet. So this is what I'm going to be getting Tuesday. So I'll be replacing the Unify doorbell with it just for a bit, just so I could do testing and a video on it. But it looks pretty cool. Like it's a nice, I find it nice looking doorbell. I wish I could see the back to see the connection though. It comes with this little active deterrent light. I think the G4 has that the little light on it as well when it sees motion and it's nighttime out. The good thing about this is right here. So lots of people don't want cloud storage, and I don't blame them. And that's why the G4 doorbell is great, because it locally goes to your, Unify Protect. Here, this goes to an SD card that's expandable up to 256 gigabits. So that's awesome. Field of view seems pretty decent. So, 2 times 1080p, and then we're going to see how it works. I'm hoping it comes with, hopefully it comes with this. No monthly fees, and that's what a lot of people like as well. So I have the Ring doorbell, then I'll end up doing maybe a comparison video between the doorbells. Where was I? Oh, you're near Oakville. Oh, nice. Yeah, and Oakville's not bad. I've done quite a bit of work out there. We get all the, dead last. I mean, yeah, it's unfortunate, but then you look at the UK where they don't have the doorbell yet, right? So it kind of goes both ways, I guess. The US always gets everything first, and that's because it's built there. Oh, Anthony, are you getting a Lorix one? I don't get why the Cloud Key can do multi-site while the UDMs can't. Well, because the UDMs have a built-in controller, right? So why would you need to push it on a multi-site? The only thing that would be beneficial to that, to have multi-site, is to have and I always forget the name of it. Is it the Auto VTI VPN? Whoops. It goes site to site. Yeah, it's the Auto IPsec VTI VPN. So that's coming soon, and you may see a multi-site in the UDMs, right? It would make it a lot easier if you had multiple sites that you were managing. All you do, click that button, select the site, press next, and you got a VPN up and running. Have you seen the Unify Lite? Somebody was telling me about it. I haven't really looked at it much. It's that floodlight, right? I think it's in accessories, isn't it? Must still be in early access. Yeah, I think I've seen a picture of it. Anything new that UniFi comes out with, most likely I'll be testing. Like this right here, I can't afford to pay $2,400 for a camera to test out. But the UniFi Lite I'll end up getting. Running UniFi controller 5.x.x, my browser won't connect to the controller at the default. The only way I could access it is 192. I've never had that issue, but you probably should update to 6. Oh, you're getting the G3 Instant. Oh, nice. Yeah, the Lorix line's good. I did a video about a full Lorix setup. It wasn't the best video, but it was me cabling my parents' house. This was one of my first videos, and it did fairly well. I like the Lorix cameras. The problem with the 4K cameras, when you boost it to 4K, I think it's only about 15 frames per second that you get. And the UniFi, if you're going to a G4 Pro, I think you could get like almost 50 frames a second. Do I need a UniFi system in order to connect the G3 Instant? Yes, you do. You'd need to connect it to Protect somehow. So you could buy a CloudKey Gen 2 Plus and that would connect, right? If you didn't want to get a UDM Pro or the full stack. Do you know if Ubiquiti Canada does a early access program, a bunch of us US? They will be shortly. So there was a Reddit post, if you logged in through your phone or something and went to, I forget the section that you could go to. There was a section on it, but it said early access. It's not available yet. But it should be coming. I mean, the problem for me with early access stuff, I could get it and I probably will, but I can't do any videos on it until it becomes a general release. I pay for a 900 megabit per second, but the throughput on the UDM Pro seems slow. When connected to the ISP router, I get around 930, 600. Any ideas? How are you connecting? Are you connecting through the RJ45 port or are you connecting through SFP? So I connect through the SFP uplink. You could hard code the speed too to 1 gig full duplex. That could be your issue. You will be getting the Dream. Yeah, I mean, it's a pretty good device. A lot of YouTubers and other people, they don't like it. I think for the simplicity of the routing, you can't do a whole lot. Hold on a sec. Well, you guys could see that anyways. You can't, there's not a whole lot routing wise you could do. I mean, it doesn't have multiple WAN IPs. So if your business needs that, you can't go with it. You know, there's a few other things that you can't do, like Open VPN. I know you can do it, but it would be a lot better if it was integrated better. That's the main issue for it. So I would suggest putting this in like, you know, small business, residential places. You have 2 G3 Instants. Yeah, I don't know if I'd place mine indoors. I don't really want cameras inside my home or inside the home, but we'll do like inside the network rack, no one goes down there anyway. So I'll have like I'll plug in the G3. Oh man, what is it? My brain. Excuse me. I'll plug in the G3 Flex into my UniFi access just so I could watch. I don't even know why I'd watch my my network rack. Whoops. Brought up Notepad++. I don't want to bring that up. You're plugged in through the RJ45. And where are you doing the speed test from? Are you sitting on the UDM Pro? So these 8 ports, and I tell everybody this, these 8 ports here, they're only 1 gigabit. They have a 1 gigabit backplane. So what that means, it's shared 1 gigabit between all these ports. So I don't advise ever using these ports. I think you could do a speed test right from the front of it, right? From the dashboard. Try to do a speed test right from here. maybe switch the server, right? The speed test server that you're running as well. Let's just go back to that. Can't wait for fiber to the house. Yeah, I'm running on fiber right now. That's what the UDM's on. But then I have it not in bridge mode yet. The UDM Pro is just about a single controller. It has its issues, but overall good solution for the upgrade. Yeah, I mean, I have a Edge Router X somewhere. I don't know if you guys could see that whole stack of gear right there. Just got a bunch of stuff laying around right now. Nope, I don't know where I put that. Oh, it's right here. It's right in front of me. Edge Router X is actually a decent device for the price of it. I think it's only like 60 bucks or something like that. And I mean, it runs really well. If clients just need a cheap solution, I mean, that's the best thing to give to them. I really have a need to route a few clients or a VLAN through a VPN tunnel and don't believe the UDM can. No, it doesn't. You can't do that right now. You can do it through pfSense. I mean, the setup is pretty hard. NordVPN through pfSense. I was going to do a video on this, but I mean, it's very step by step. And I don't know this stuff off by heart either. So, I mean, look, some snow just fell outside. But like, it's a huge list of things you need to do to get the VPN up and running. To run, so you could run a full subnet through NordVPN or whatever VPN provider. But the built-in speed test on the USG has only worked a few times for me over the past 2 years. Yes, Steve, it is wonky. I don't even know if I've gotten it to work through the USG ever. I think I'm missing a few. The built-in speed test, yes, it is unreliable. I agree. I'm seriously considering replacing the UDM with the Netgate pfSense device, hosting a UniFi controller in a Docker. Yeah, I mean, I love pfSense. I'm hoping to get my hand on the SG2100. I only have the SG1100 and it only routes about 450 megabits per second. Switch Pro to Switch Pro, new install, Cat 6A or fiber. Are you talking between switches, Bruce? If you're doing between switches, use a DAC cable. But if the switches aren't stacked on top of each other, I mean, Cat 6A should work fine. You just need to make sure that let's go back to UniFi. You need to make sure your SFPs could handle it, right? So I think UniFi just came out with an SFP, a 10 gig. Yeah, so right here. But if you look, and I think Tom from Lawrence Systems did a video on cabling and SFPs, it only could do up to 30 meters at 10 gig. So you have to be careful with what you buy. Some of them could do up to 100 meters. But yeah, if you're doing switch to switch stacking, use a DAC cable. That's the best way to do it. I have fiber optic in my network right now. Just because I didn't have any extra DAC cables and I had a few LC to LC SFPs. Coffee. What do you advise then so we don't need to use them? What other device do you think? So it won't have shared. So what I would do, well, I mean, I'd stick with the UDM, but you want to attach, like here, look at my setup, right? So I don't know if the map works well, or if it's still buggy, right? So I have my UDM going to a UniFi switch aggregation. You guys don't need to do this. I mean, the aggregation switch is a bit overkill. And then I have two uplinks going to my UniFi Switch Pro 24. So what you would do, it depends on the money you want to spend, but you would want to get another UniFi switch. So even if you got a UniFi, I don't know how many ports you have in your home or business, but say you only had 8 ports. Oh no, that won't work. Oh yeah, that would work. So say you only have an 8 port, that's all you have a need for. You could connect this to your UDM Pro through the SFP uplink port. So you just get a copper SFP and plug that into it. and then not use these. It's the best way to do things. That would be the cheapest way with that 8-port. Even though, I mean, it doesn't have PoE in it anyway. Let's go back. I think I'm missing stuff. The built-in speed test on the okay, so I think I read that. Finally got set up on my UDM Pro in only a few hours. Now that the UniFi Lite APs got restocked in Canada, for a quick minute, I got a SP Plus dongle. Can I use that to connect to the Rogers Ignite to the UDM? SP Plus dongle. You mean just this, like the SP I was just showing? Right here? This is what you would want to get if you're having copper. This is the thing you want to get. I mean, you don't need to go with UniFi. You could go with Amazon. I already have Amazon brought up. So you could say UniFi copper SP. You just want to make sure that it's compatible with UniFi. See, this one's 30 meters as well. This one right here, this is up to, that one's 10 gig. This is a 1 gig, which is all you would need, and it goes up to 100 meters. How much is that? 24 bucks. That's not bad. I retired my Edge Router X and Edge Switch. Edge Router is good full gigabit router. Yeah, I was going to get the Edge Router Pro because I was working with a client who had it. It's a decent switch. A short fiber to the switch. Yeah, I have a short fiber as well. I'll show you the picture. I don't know if it actually shows in there. I wish I could change the SP WAN to... I wish you could do that too, because I would use both of those uplinks going down to my switch. I'm not able to find a 1 meter or a 1 foot DAC cable between UDM. I think they have 1 meter, or 1 foot, don't they? Or is 1 meter, I think maybe 1 meter is all you could get. 1 foot DAC cable. I don't even think, no. I think 1 meter is the shortest you could get in DAC cables anywhere. What do you think about UniFi's Next? I don't have any thoughts on it because I haven't used it. It's still in early access. Can you run a server on a NAS straight off of the aggregation switch? I'm sure you could. Like, are you talking about a virtual machine? I have several in mind. Yeah, my NAS, I thought it had the ability to upgrade RAM. You can't in it, which I'm kind of upset about. I get you. You know what? I misunderstood what you meant. I use a 10 gigabit SFP's mod and an 8-inch OM4 cable. I mean, the OM4 will work well. The problem with fiber, if you take out the connection from the SFP, once it touches the air, it gets dirty, right? And within UniFi, it doesn't. Where is it? Insights. I want to go to switch port stuff. So if you ever worked on Cisco before, you could run, show the interfaces, and it will show you CRC errors, which typically means like, bad cable or dirty fiber or something like that. You'll never be able to see that on UniFi, which kind of sucks, because if you're having some slowness, it might be the dirt on your fiber. You could just get an alcohol swab and wipe them off. That thing you just showed, yeah, that will work. Yep. I use the LAN ports on the UDM Pro for slow stuff. Yeah, and so I have my Lutron light switch hub connected to that. Yeah, I got my SFP module, copper module off Amazon. Just a small note on the topic of DM Pro to switch via SFP. If the switch is only 1 gig, yeah. That's right. So if you don't hard code the switch port, it's not going to work, which is kind of a shame. I don't know if mine's hard coded. It's a 10 gig connection though. No, it's an auto negotiate. But if you're only running at 1 gig, you need to specify that. Where was I? Okay, right now I have a MikroTik 10 gig, but I cannot decide of a better way to hook it up. Yeah, I have that 10 gig switch too, that little, is it a 4-port or 5-port? I haven't done anything with it. Where is this? I showed this off last stream too. Oops, this way. I bought the router board, so we're gonna do some videos on that. I don't know how I'll connect that to the MikroTik switch. I'll have to get another SOP, I think. The small unified DAC cables are good. Yeah, well, it's a 1 meter, or yeah, it's a 1 meter. What's going on, Virgil? If I aggregate of my switch 16 to an aggregation switch, would I get 2 gigabits as the SOP is in 16 is only 1 gig? Your aggregation would, so if you, are you talking about, yeah, I mean, if you aggregate to the 10 gig, maybe. I don't have an aggregation, or do I? No, I don't have an aggregation going between these right now. All I have going on here to my 16 Lite is this 1 gig. And then I will have on the 16 Lite, I have an aggregation set up to my Synology NAS. Would you recommend the 16 Lite what you have, or just get a rack mount 16 PoE Gen 2? Well, Unify sent most of the gear to me to do testing on and to do some videos. Would I recommend it? Yes. It's sitting right behind this computer, stuck on the wall. It's awesome. I love it. If you want it rack mounted, then I mean, get the 16 PoE Gen 2. The thing you guys got to realize, where is this? So only the Pro series of switches have 10 gig uplinks. So if you're worried about that, you need to go with the Pro. So if we look here, these only have the 1 gigabit SFP ports. And this has the 10 gig plus the layer 3 feature, which, I mean, I don't know if most people are going to use the layer 3. On your screen, it showed 0.5 meter. Did it? Let's take a look. Was that on Amazon, or was that in Unify? One meter. Oh, right here. They do have it. So there you go. 0.5 meter. Awesome. So that would be great. Like right now, where's my switches? Oh, you guys can't see it. I cut it off. But if you guys see down here, these are LC fiber connections. And then I have DAC cables going between the other switches as well. But getting that, I can't get this in Canada, can I? If I could, I would definitely replace the fiber cable. Oh, I can. All right, well, it looks like I'm going to be purchasing that. That's wicked. Why is it that my server shows up as a client list but does not have any activity at all when I know there has been pushed through? The client list is still buggy, and they're working on fixing that. Did I miss on Cat 7? Whose question was it? Yeah, sorry. There's quite a few questions, which is good because it keeps me talking. Usually when there's like not a lot of activity in the channel, I slow down the stream and then probably end it. But, oh, here it is. If you were building a new home, would you put Cat 7 through the whole house, or would you prefer fiber optic? I've decided on Cat 7. So I would do Cat 7. I would never do fiber optic through my house. Reason being, fiber optic is very easy to break. I mean, it's not as easy as people think, but, and you could get like shielded Cat 7 cable. Fiber optic cable. In Cat 7, you're running 10 gig plus anyway. I don't even know what the specs on Cat 7 are. Cat 7 speeds. Is it just 10 gig? 10 gig, but laboratory tests successfully shown ability to transmit up to 40 gigs at 50 meters or 100 gigs at 15 meters. I mean, you'll never need that. That's data center speeds. But if I was building a new house, yes, I would future-proof with that or Cat 6A. Let's see where we are. Where were we? Okay. How to connect the UDM Pro with the router board is a big question. I have no idea. I have no clue. I've just taken it out of the box and I haven't even started it up yet. I have two different ISPs here. So one of them's my test ISP, and that's where I'll be putting the router board on. On a comment of the slow stuff running on UDM integration switch, isn't it gigabit? Is performance worse than other switches? I don't really understand the question. Oh, on the integrated switch, isn't it gigabit? So it's a 1 gigabit backplane. So that means it shares, 1000 megabits per second throughout 8. So if you had, 8 devices on there and they were all using up bandwidth, the fastest each port would go is 125. If you could forward it, I'd go with the Pro. Yeah, the Pro switch is awesome. I'm so glad they sent that to me. Got it. I went for the 16. That's why I was asking. The 16 is still good. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. 0.5. Yeah, I'm going to end up getting a couple of those DAC cables. I'll probably order them today. Only would do fiber if maybe you have a separate. Yeah, that's exactly it. I would do fiber if it was too far away. If I had 2 buildings joined, but I'm in a house that's not exactly super big. You own one of the next generation gateways. It's not worth it. What do you think? I have no idea. I've worked on them a couple times with clients in the States, but I haven't used it yet. The call feature. The call feature on what? Oh, the Unified Talk. I don't use it yet because we can't even we don't have early access, so I can't get any phones. I bought a router off UI Early Access and it came with the DAC cable. Oh, really? That's awesome. Why do you like DAC better? I like DAC better because it's not as easy to break and fiber gets dirty all the time. That's the problem. Because the fiber ends are glass, right? So once it touches air, you're getting dust particles on them. Unless you have something called a scope, a fiber scope, which we could pull that up. Fiber scope. I don't know if it's going to show images. So if you guys could see this right here, this is the fiber optic cable and this is dirt particles all on it, right? So you want to make sure that your fiber optics are clean. And really, I worked in data centers before, and once you take the fiber out, this is what it looks like. And then you got to clean it, and you could get these little click pens, which are actually kind of cool. Fiber click pens right here. They don't do, I mean, the alcohol swabs are a lot better, but these go over the top of the glass of the fiber and you click it a couple times. It's a little felt pad that goes around and cleans the top of the fiber. Where was I? Yes. Is it worth to buy the US 16XG? If you need more ports, yeah, right? Because the aggregation switch only has 8 ports and you need 1 for uplink, so it goes down to 7. And the aggregation switch is only layer 2. Right? So it's the same as this switch right here. I think the throughput will be higher on this just because it's 16 ports. Yeah, so they kind of show an example of the how you should cable it up. This shows absolutely no redundancy. If you're working in a network or in a business environment, you want to have some type of switch redundancy, right? And this is not switch redundancy, but it depends on the money you're going to spend. But this would be more of your distribution switch and then every other switch. That's kind of what I got going on here with the aggregation. Whoops. So that's how you do it. That's how you cable it up. Oh, I want to know which switch does not share 1 gigabit on the ports. So all their other switches, right? I also want a PoE that can handle cameras. Which would you recommend? 2 switches would you recommend? Okay. Let's see. I think my cat's out. Do you guys want to see my cat? I think she's outside my door. Give me a sec. Nope, she isn't. Okay, I have my window open, so that was some kids. Okay, let's look back at those switches. Which 2 would I recommend? If money was no object, I would go, and if you're only looking for a 24 port, I would do this switch right here. That's what I have. It's the Unify Switch Pro 24 PoE. So it has layer 3 functionality. I mean, the layer 3 is still in alpha right now. 8 ports are PoE++, so if you want to use Unify Access, you'll need PoE++. I think it's the last 8 ports. And then the rest of the 16 ports are PoE+, so it's pretty awesome. And then you have 2 10 gigabit uplinks. But another switch I would recommend. I mean, this is pretty good. The 16, if you're looking for a non-rack mount, this one has 8 PoE+, 8 PoE+ ports. So that's going to run all your cameras on them. Mind you, you only have 8 ports that will do that. And if you're looking for a little bit of a cheaper option, you could do this right here. So that's a 250 watt. This is a Gen 1 switch though. 802.3 AF and PoE+. Okay, now where were we? And fiber transformers or transceivers use more power. That's correct. I'm waiting for a 10 gig switch. I think they have one coming out. Yeah, I mean, the aggregation switch is great for the price. I hooked up the camera and VR in one of the cameras has a red tint to it. What camera? Do you think they will come out with a layer 3 switch with 10 gig? Look in the early access store. That's all I could say about that. Question about patch panels. For the Keystone version, can I use Cat5e Keystones with Cat6 cables? So you can, but you're not going to get, I mean, it's not going to be certified for Cat6a. And so you might have troubles punching down the connections because with Cat6a, the copper's bigger. How do I connect CCTV with laptop using HDMI cable? I'm not sure what you mean. Are you talking about like a Hikvision system or an MDR or something like that? Do you know if they will make a Gen 2 redundant WAN over LTE where you can put in the SIM? I'm not too sure about that. It would be a good idea. I did a load balancing video a while ago when they had load balancing in it. I don't know if you guys would want to see a new failover video. It's pretty simple to set up. We don't have the LTE here. I believe you guys whoever's in the States has it though. I don't know where you find that though. It's a wireless product maybe? Oh, right here. So in the States, yeah, you have the Unify redundant WAN over LTE. I just have two ISP connections come in. MikroTik 12 port 10 gig is good, but it doesn't have PoE. Yeah, I don't know if a lot of switches, 10 gig switches will have PoE. Not 100% sure. Let's take a look at that. 10 GB switch with PoE. This one for 4,500 bucks. Netgear. I've never used any of the Netgear products. So 10 gigabit, multi-gigabit, 10 gig, Smart Pro, PoE. Okay, so it does have PoE. So it's 8 times PoE plus with 180 watts. Hold on a sec. 1 time 1 gig SMP plus. Okay, that's kind of cool. How much is it though? Probably expensive. Afternoon, just wondering why Unify is not embracing IPv6. I'm in France. We are big with the IPv6, but my UDM Pro sucks for configuring it. I can't really answer that because I don't use IPv6 at all. I mean, we're all internal addresses. Are you talking about like IPv6 for your WAN connection? In hand and Cradlepoint. I've heard, I don't know if we have Cradlepoint here. Cradlepoint Canada. I've seen a lot of installs with Cradlepoint just on Instagram. Oh, they do have Cradlepoint here. I mean, I would assume you could use any LTE backup that you want. You just have to set it up correctly. Question, are Rio-Link cameras, I'm unable to use port forwarding successfully to access the feed over cellular. Do you have any idea why or any? I have I'm not too sure. I'd have to look at your setup. Most Rio-Link and, you know, most NVR systems now, they come with the QR code on the back, which is like the P2P connection. So you don't need to set up port forwarding. All you would do is scan that QR code and it would work. Will Cat6a keystones work backwards compatible with Cat5e though? Can you recommend a universal option? I'm looking for non-punch down versions. Well, I don't know the reason. If you have Cat5e cable, you should just go with Cat5e jacks. You could put it on, right? But I mean, the pins might slip out. Cat6a keystone, right? Because they would make the channels for the conductors a little bit bigger. I mean, this just looks like a normal. These are all shielded. Yeah, there's really not a point to put different ends on. It's not going to make your speeds increase at all. The USW Flex Mini is so cheap, I'm considering buying it, although I don't really need it. Just for home lab. I have one. What the heck is it? Oh, it's over there. It's here. We'll show you guys again. Right there, the top one. I use that a lot when I'm doing testing for different vendors. It's great. I mean, I unplug it. It's USB-C powered or PoE powered. The only thing that sucks, it doesn't have SSH, and you can't do link aggregations with it. Why not? Well, I mean, I kind of agree, but you're not going to see IPv4 go away anytime soon. Yeah. I've been getting booted on Xbox. What should I do? I have no idea. Think of the plan. What, for the IPv4? It's just a waste of, I guess so. I mean, not a lot of people do it though. I've worked in a lot of enterprises and none of them have IPv6 going. But mind you, they did buy blocks of IPv4 public spaces. Oh, the coupler one. So, I mean, yeah, any of them should work, right? Right here, like this straight through. It should work no matter what. It's not going to change your speeds, obviously. Is that 24 bucks for one? That's pricey. Oh, that's shielded. That's why. So there's a Cat6. Where's the Cat6a? Oh, they all seem to be shielded. Maybe not this one. 20 bucks for that. Any of the couplers will work, vice versa. It's just the pinouts that will give you your data and your power through it. UDM Pro 1.9 is around. What new features are you hoping for? I've already seen the features. Well, maybe not for 1.9. I've seen the features for the new controller. There's not, I mean, multi-site would be cool. Somebody brought that up earlier. The one big thing that I would like is multi-WAN so that we could have multiple WAN IPs. I don't know if that's going to happen. What do you think of the new access point Wi-Fi 6? Do you recommend? Yeah, I do recommend it. So I have the Unify 6 Lite. Where is it? Somewhere here. So I got the Unify 6 Lite. It works great. Yeah, I mean, I might put some more in the house and get rid of some of these. Like the Unify APAC Lite, I'll probably end up getting rid of. What, and the LR for some reason still isn't out. I know it shows in the US store, but it's been saying for like a month and a half or 2 months that you could pre-order it. Usually available in 2 weeks. It was saying that, I think, at the end of 2020 in December, which is a little odd. I'm a small business with 40 PCs. How would you segregate the PCs so they are not talking to each other with the UDM Pro Unify switch as a safeguard for ransomware? Well, so you would have a management. I mean, I don't even know if I put a management VLAN. I don't think I did in that video. I have a ton of different VLANs, right? So you want to separate it for the needs, right? So you want to have one management VLAN where that's going to be, you know, your admins working on it. Then you want to have a staff. You want to have a guest network, a IoT network if you have IoT devices within your business. And then you need to create firewall rules to block all that off. I don't know if I can show these actually. But look at my firewall video. That's how you would do it. You would want to block it off by VLANs. AmpCon. Let's take a look. AmpCon. The problem with keystones and cabling like that, there is so many different vendors. I mean, you could find thousands of different vendors. AmpCon keystone. Okay, those look all right. They don't look, oh, my coffee's running out. They don't look as cheaply made as some other ones. Yeah, those look nice. These ones look a little cheap. I think I have those style in my rack actually. Which one? Oh, you know what are really cool jacks? Belden Rev Connect, I think they're called. These things are wicked. So I don't know if it's going to show us a playback of it, but Rev Connect's wicked. Have you experienced Unify Cam showing different IPs on Protect versus the client? Yes, I have. And that is a bug within the client list, which should be getting fixed. These are one of the cool, I don't know if I could show a preview of them. So the Rev Connect, I want to find this. It's really cool. They're expensive. That's the only problem. So you have to have a Rev Connect tool. You know what? Let me see if I could find a video on YouTube. Oh, I don't know if I could replay that back actually. Don't think I can. Well, anyway, I'll kind of explain what happens. So you punch down the tool and it's just this one little socket piece. And then you slide that socket either if you need a keystone or an RJ45. And then if you need to switch them to be a keystone or RJ45, you pull it out and just plug it in. It's a modular jack. It's amazing. You guys might want to look into it. It's really cool. Thanks for the help and keeping up the great videos. Hey, no problem. Take care. I've been waiting for the Unify LR, but ended up with the Lite. Will one Unify AP Lite cover AP is located in the middle floor? I mean, it should. So I have what? I think I have 4 access points right now. I had like 8. Yeah, my house, it's about, I don't even know what the square footage of this place is. 2,000 maybe. But I could still get signal in the basement. So I'm on the upper floor. If we go 2 floors below, I was still getting signal from my Unify 6 Lite. It works great. I created separate VLANs for staff billing, audit, department, but assigning static IPs to each IP, well, you don't need to do that. Yeah, you don't need to statically assign, right? That's why we have DHCP. I wouldn't I mean, the only thing you could want to statically assign would be maybe these devices, right? Your network devices and other things like that. Rev Connect tool is 100. Yeah, I mean, it's more for data center, but it's a wicked, wicked product. What is that? Hi, I'm trying to open up iMazing and it says failed to open. I can't download nothing. I don't know why, because I have any game. I don't know what iMazing is. I have no idea what that is. It covers 3 floors. What the heck? That name just changed. That's weird. Yeah, no problem. It covers, oh, that's a different, okay, it covers 3 floors of my house. Yeah, it covers 3 floors here as well. The ones, if you really need like long distance range, actually I'm installing one of them tomorrow, would be these, the Unify AP-AC LR. I've installed just one of these in somebody's house. It was about a 4,000 square foot home and it covered the whole house. Another one of my favorite access points would be this right here. Whoops, that's upside down. The Beacon HD. I think these things are awesome for a mesh system. They work really, really well. Unify Protect now requires an auto upgrade to be turned on. No, I don't think it does. Let me, here. Where are you running your Unify Protect? It's for the iOS to download Fortnite. I'm not sure. Sorry. I have no idea. Do you use the quality no, I don't. No. Strong and consistent. Yeah. Okay. Mine's been strong and consistent, but then again, I have more access points in my house than just the one. 192.168. Let's go look at my UNBR. All the PCs are hardwired, so I need to assign the static IPs. No. So what you need to do, you need to set, yeah. So you don't need to set up static IPs. What you need to do, you need to set your switch port profiles to the correct VLAN. How you do that, you click on your switch, go to whatever port, say this is your staff port. Or here, let's go down here because I did a link aggregation. Say port 3 is, did I disable that? Wait, where did I do the link aggregation? Oh, I did the link aggregation between 2 and 3. Let's go down to one of these ports. Okay, say port 13 is on your staff. We'd want to go to the pencil, and then you go to the switch port profile. This is where we're going to be doing all our VLAN assignments, and then you put it on whatever VLAN you want. So if I wanted this port to be on my guest, we would click that switch port profile and press apply. Once you do that, your computer will grab an IP address out of that DHCP range, out of that subnet. Where was that? I have a Cloud Key Gen 2, but using 192.168, I would like to change my subnet. If I change that, will it cause problems? No, it shouldn't. I mean, you just need to go here, right? And let's go to your main LAN, right? Click on that, change the subnet. The thing that you'll need to do to access your Cloud Key, you'll have to go to whatever IP it assigns to it. But you should statically assign that IP first. Okay, Dennis, you're using a UDM Pro. So I don't have Protect on here right now, but it shouldn't force you to update it. Like I have this right here, UMBR. If it ever loads. And you should be able to just, it should be the same interface. Let's just wait. For some reason, that's taken a while to load. You should disable, I mean, I disable all my firmware updates because they released a couple that broke a few businesses. Where is it? Right here. So automatic firmware updates, you need to go, you know, here's your UDM and then go to settings. Well, that's going to take a while again. But that was the place you do it. You need to make sure you do that. I'm getting another UDM Pro tomorrow. So I'll let you know. Maybe send me an email. And if I find the section where you turn it off, I'll email that to you. Is it Wi-Fi speed you have front of you? What do you mean, sorry? On my UDM Pro? This here is the live download and upload speed. That's the real-time usage that I'm using right now. But I don't have enough storage, but there's nothing on it. I have no idea. I don't deal with like end user laptop type issues. I do more of the networking stuff. I like to use 1 AP per floor, all on low power. Yeah, and that's a good way to do it. I have mine set to auto right now, I believe. My ISP 1 gig connection, or 1 GB, is connected to the RJ45 port 9 on the UDM Pro also, but any idea why it doesn't show up on the port list? I don't think they do show up on the port list. Where is it? Right? Yeah, it doesn't, because it's a WAN port, right? You could go under here, under your WAN. Let me just bring this to the side for a sec. Yeah, just want to make sure I wasn't exposing anything. See, and then it's your WAN 1. That's how it shows up. And this is where you could change your speeds. If you want to hard code the speed, you could configure the interface and then do 1000 megabits per second full duplex or half duplex. Not a lot of people are working in half duplex anymore though. What else was I going to talk about today? I think I had a few other things, but I can't really remember right now. Rev Connect, that's cool. What else? We're gonna get into more pfSense videos shortly. Hopefully I get the SG2100. If not, we'll do some pfSense videos on my Protectly. More UniFi stuff's gonna come out. I'm trying to think of what I'm getting in this week for deliveries. I think I'm getting a TP-Link Wi-Fi 6 access point. TP-Link Wi-Fi 6 AP. I think that's supposed to be coming this week. I'm not 100% sure. So we'll be doing a video on that, and then maybe I'll do a comparison between that access point and the UniFi AP AC Lite. Oh, so the TP-Link stuff, these decos, they worked really well. I mean, I was super surprised how well they worked. It's a mesh system. So I plugged one of these directly into my ISP, my test ISP. And I mean, I was getting speeds past 500 megabits per second. It was awesome. Yeah, I just, yeah, it was the last time just upgraded to 1.7.3. It would not let me upgrade until I did an auto upgrade. And when I auto upgrade, I had no longer to switch back. Huh, that's strange. I'm going to be enabling the Protect application on my new UDM Pro when it gets here, and then do some testing that way, because it does seem like they have a few differences. And I believe, so there was that pseudo CVE. Let me just look out here. And I don't think it's pushed out to all devices yet. So, I mean, so your UDM Pro and those things, they're going to be not up to date. You need to manually do that. Let's just, oh wait, what am I doing here? Community. So on the UDM, or on the CloudKey Gen 2, it covers this CVE, the CVE 2021-3156. So you need to run a couple commands to patch that. And I don't think it's patched yet it's not patched yet for the UDM Pro or the UNVR. Riley Chase from Hostify did a video on it, how to patch it. It's pretty easy. You need to turn on SSH and run a few commands. Let me link his channel or the video. Hostify, hold on a sec, don't want it to play. So if you guys have a UNVR, a UDM Pro, if you're using a cloud key, then just, patch it up to this. If not, use this video by Hostify, and this will show you how to update and patch yourself for that CVE. I have extremely slow service internet, Joyce. Yep. Is there any setting to help me optimize? Not really. I mean, you're not going to push out any faster than what your ISP is giving you. Compared to the UniFi stuff, well, this, I mean, I haven't tested this extensively. I only had the 2 clients on it at the time. And it's more of a full mesh system. So I would deploy this somewhere that you couldn't get cables to, and it worked great. But then again, you could just get a, say, a UniFi AP-AC LR, plug that in beside someone's ISP modem router, and then use the beacons everywhere, right? The beacons work awesome. I like both. It's a different solution, right? But for the TP-Link Amada stuff, it works, and it works fairly well. I mean, yeah, it works pretty good. I haven't tested that extensively either because I don't have a ton of clients here, right? I have about 25 clients running at all times, so I can't test it, you know, like how I test business applications. We install UniFi stuff all the time. But yeah, the TP-Link stuff, I mean, I'm pretty impressed with it. I want to try out the Netgear. Let's just see. Whoops. Netgear. Not Netgate. Netgear. I wouldn't mind trying out some of this. I reached out to them, but I haven't heard anything back. I want to try out this Orbi. I just don't want to pay for it. I'd like them. It would be cool if they sent me a review copy. Also, I could send it back to them. But it seems like they have some business solutions as well. So they have business routers. I mean, that looks all right. It's only 139 bucks. I might just grab it. But when I do these reviews, I want to get a full stack so I could do like the small business setup, what I did with UniFi and TP-Link. So we'll see. Have you seen the new Rogers Ignite Gen 2 modem? Rumor has it. No, I haven't, but let's take a look. That would be nice. Not that I really need faster speeds than a gig, but let's see if Rogers Ignite could give us this. What time is it? Oh, street address. You know what? It doesn't matter. This is my business address anyway. Bundles. 5. No, we want to get. Right now it's only showing one gig. Yeah, maybe they offer something different for business. I don't know. Lorix doorbell, Hikvision. Oh, I don't know. So you want to put that into your Hikvision system? I do have a Hikvision NVR. It's an OEM Hikvision NVR, but I could try it out. Not much info on the soft. I mean, it would be cool if you need more bandwidth than a gig to your home. It would be awesome if they could offer 2.5. My UDM Pro will not let me connect to my hard drive while on VPN, but I am able to screen share. Do I have to create a firewall rule? By default, when you launch a VPN or create a VPN with UniFi, it allows you access to everything. Yes, auto upgrade to that version is a bug. I spoke with the Ubiquiti. Yeah, I mean, I hate having auto update on for anything. It's just not, for me, it's not good. For people who don't look at their UniFi controller a lot of people just set it and forget it. It may be a good idea. How's the Synology working? Have you done much with it? Not really. It's just sitting right there. Well, you guys, actually, you can see both. So there's my 2-bay. What happened with that one, I plugged in the wrong, when I do testing, I do have a ton of power cables sitting around. Plugged in the wrong one, blew the power supply. The 4-bay is sitting there. I need to get that plugged in maybe a little later today. We'll see. I don't know what else I'm going to do with it. It's really primarily just to store my videos on. That's it. I have the TP-Link EAP. Let me see. I think that's the one I'm getting, to be honest with you. I ordered it a while ago, though. I think I'm getting this. Are these not new access points? I'm pretty sure they are. They have 2 Wi-Fi 6 ones, and I forget which one I was getting. Can the UniFi 6 LR be updated to? I don't think so. I'm not sure though, but I haven't tried the 6 LR yet. Thinking of replacing my home network with UniFi, getting about 40 megabits per second down. And now I'm not sure if I should go with the well, it depends, right? the UDM is, well, the Gen 2 Plus as well. It gives you, it gives you the protect, it gives you access, and it gives you talk now. The UDM has those 8 ports that are only, the shared 1 gigabit. One other thing that we're going to be doing, I think later this week, let's take a look. I launched it a little bit today, but is GrandStream. So this is a GrandStream router. So I'm going to do a full build with this as well. I might have to throw in a Unify switch in between because I don't know if GrandStream sells switches, but I'm going to have to throw that in between. We'll do a full build, same type thing, small business build. And then I have a GrandStream access point we'll attach to it. Is it easy to connect TP-Link? Oh yeah, it's very easy. Yeah, so you could attach. I have a video on it. Not about. I don't know if it's TP-Link though. It's YouTube.com. Do I have a video on it? That might be a good video. I don't know. I'm not too sure. Yeah, it's a thing. You could easily do that. The thing is you have to manage the TP-Link stuff with the Amada controller. Or I think you could go to their local IP and then do the configuration there. So your wireless LANs and stuff like that. I do have other videos where I'm using what am I using? I'm using pfSense as my main firewall and then Unify for the rest. Same with, I thought I had some videos on that. One sec. Search across my, what would I have called it? TP-Link maybe? TP-Link, Open VPN. Okay, so I got 11 videos. Creating VLANs, TP-Link, blah, blah, blah. No, I don't think I have that yet, but that might be a good video to make. Yeah, I probably could do that. I mean, you could attach whatever access points you want to your Unify gear. You're just going to be using different controllers to manage it instead of one. Which some people are going to have an issue with. Just because, you want to have one dedicated place to do all your configuration. I can't run Ethernet but I can put something inside the external wall. What AP do you recommend for long range outside through a brick wall? Could you not put it on the outside of your house? Like if you already could run the cable through your wall, could you not just drill a hole through and then, put that there? If that's the case, I would do the, let me just see. I would do the pros because the pros are they're outdoor rated, right? I would still put them in some sort of a PVC box though. Let's just see. Access point is indoor, outdoor. If you have to leave it inside, then I would use the long range access point. I mean, the wall is going to be your biggest challenge, right? Because it's brick is a little difficult to penetrate. I could test it out. I have my in-wall HD. It's right at my backyard. I don't even know the range that I get on that. I think it covers my backyard, but my backyard's not that big. I got 1,000 feet of direct burial cable, but it doesn't have gel inside or any type of interior foil. It's just a duty overcasting. Well, if you bought it and it's outdoor, you should be okay. Typically with the direct burial stuff, it does have that gel filling in it. So that's a little different that it didn't come with it. I do know some direct burial just has that thick jacket on it. It's usually black cable. The temperature rating, I think we could look. Wait, that's the LR. Let's look at the Pro. Does it show? Do they not have specifications here? Related products. What the heck? Usually they have like a thing where you could look at them. That's really weird. Let's go look at that again. Yeah, it doesn't show it. Let me just see. What is it? Not UAP AC Pro specs. Oh, there we go. Nope, that's not the Pro. That's just the AC. Let's see. It's weather resistant, it says, but I don't know why it doesn't show that. Indoor, outdoor. Yeah, well, I'll have to look into that for you. I'll get back to you on Discord or something. I would install the UAP outdoor, routed through the wall, and installed high underneath. If possible, the LR might work. Yeah, so you could put it under eave, or then you could buy like a PVC box. I've seen people do that before. So one of these bigger boxes, put it in there. You just want to make sure that it's not getting direct snow or direct rain on it. I don't know if I had much more to talk about today. This was actually longer than I was thinking about going. Been going about an hour and a half. So I'll probably end up starting to wind it down. I do have a job I got to do shortly. Let me just see. Oh, this is what I want to try out too. The Cambian networks. A lot of people have been talking about them. I've never used them before. I think it would be kind of cool to try it out. Maybe I could get a demo. I don't know. That would be really cool. I like getting demo stuff so I could do it, because usually when I do these videos, after I'm done with the videos, I don't use the products. Like these TP-Link, I won't be using them. I'm going to be sending them back to TP-Link. The Amada stuff, I bought all that because I'm going to keep doing videos every update they come out with. Hi, Cody. Can I get control of the UDM Pro fan? I don't know. I've never actually looked into that. Can you not do it from the little LCD screen? I'm not too sure. Does the UDM Pro even have a fan in it? That's the question. Let's see. It must have a fan in it. UDM Pro owners. Oh, it does have a fan on it. Let's see. Dimension package. I think you can. I'm pretty sure you can. I think you can with the touchscreen. Cambian not a replacement for. Yeah, I know they're expensive. Yeah, it's just trying to get other products into the channel. Obviously, like any other product than Unify do does not get the views, which is fine. I mean, I don't really care about that, but like as you guys can see, the one I just released yesterday, 662 views on it. The Unify whole setup, I got 6,000 views. Anything I do Unify, it is always going to get more views because that's kind of how I started this channel, primarily with Unify stuff. But I'm gonna keep ending up bringing in other products. UDM Pro not controllable. Okay, good to know. I've never used it. Do you think the Unify AP Pro will cover a whole house? I don't know. I would probably, like I usually recommend one access point per floor. And if you're trying to get more long range, I would go with the UAP AC LR. You can spin, okay. You use it in your home office. I mean, I do too, but I have it down in the basement where I'm never am. It is in my cold cellar. Not a lot of people would put it there. Oh, it's just for testing the cable. I think I have a Rolla outdoor cable as well. And I don't know if I don't think it's gel filled either. Maybe that's a good video. Should I do a video on replacing the fan in it with my test? I mean, that would be a very simple video. I wonder if I could get like what are those things that measure noise? Noise meter? I don't know how much these things cost. 33 bucks. I I think that would be a kind of neat video. Maybe. Whoops, I keep opening Notepad. Fanos Auto today, you can just, or early releases. Jay Murray, no worries. Thanks for the great content. No worries, Paul. Appreciate it. Can we wireless bridge mesh a Flex HD to network where we can't run Ethernet? Yes, you can. Yep. Oh, for the fan. I thought you were talking about the cabling. Okay, no worries. Decibel meter. I think that was probably the same thing that I looked up. Decibel, yeah, 33 bucks. You know, I'm probably going to end up doing that. Now that I'm getting this test UDM just to do lab stuff with, I think I'll rip it apart and do a couple things with it. I think that would be really cool. Can you do a video on outdoor Wi-Fi using the UDM Pro? What do you mean, like outdoor Wi-Fi? Like outdoor Wi-Fi access points? I probably won't be doing much outdoor until it gets warmer here. There are videos. Oh, okay, well. Yeah, maybe I'll do it. Maybe I won't. If there's videos already out. But the thing is, I mean, you're always going to have overlap between different YouTube people. I mean, it's bound to happen. But that fan looks kind of cool. 19 bucks. That's really not that bad. So we'll see. Maybe I'll do it. Well, unless you guys have any more questions, I'm probably going to get off here. Yeah, it's about 12:30 my time. I don't know. Maybe I'll start doing 2 streams a week. This one turned out more people came to this one than they do on Friday, and that's probably because of work and whatnot. If I do, then I'll probably start doing the streams Friday at 1 p.m. and then Sunday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm getting the Nocturne fans from a USB. Somebody already posted a video on the process. Oh, nice. When you use an HDD in the slot of the UDM Pro, automatically fan run over 40 degrees. Okay. How many access point would I need to over both the front and backyard, my driveway, and have poor signal? You could probably put one. You probably put one in your garage, and that would work. And then one near your backyard. Maybe I'll get into that, Paul, more in the summertime, because right now it's pretty cold here. Willie is a fan of Cambium. Yeah, I've seen him. That's where I actually got the idea. He was talking about it. Waiting for the Canadian Ubiquiti store to reflect the higher prices. We'll see. Hopefully they don't. All right, guys. Well, I'm off here for... Actually, before I say that, I need to get the control panel up for where I cancel this. So I do that every time, and then I mess around with trying to find the end button. There we go. All right, so I am out of here now. I'll see you guys next Friday at 1 p.m. EST, and I'll probably do another live stream next Sunday at 11 a.m. Have a good day, have a good weekend, and I'll talk to you guys later. Take care.